race of Flux Motorsport. This is one we've all been waiting for. I am your host, Mark Lucas, commentating, and with me tonight I am announcing that I have Jack and Zed, the current leader of the GTE Championship. Welcome, Jack, mate. Especially with what's happened throughout the whole season, we've had probably one of the cleanest seasons I've much expected out of, well, especially with how hard the V8s are currently. It's hard to drive. These are the 2014 V8s, so what they used to do back then, they used to soften the rear suspension to let the cars roll more, but if you don't remember the 2014 Bathurst race, there was a high amount of yellow flags. But what we're not going to see tonight is that these drivers have been exceptionally clean all season. Currently watching Dirt Rally, which is second in our championship. So what do you have? Do you have any predictions tonight with our drivers so far? We have 8 drivers tonight. A 150. Oh no, he almost flips. That is exactly what you don't want to do in that corner. As soon as you hug the curb there, it can almost be over. That is a prime example of what can possibly go wrong at that corner. I am very excited to see Blankfile. Blankfile has put in exceptionally quick times in practice sessions earlier. He's also reached the sub 2 minute marks as Dirt Rally has got 158s. I think Blankfile's also gotten something similar. Blankfile's also been able to reach 201s in race pace, but I don't think he's going to be able to do that consistently. With Blankfile, well, having to retire last race in the Watkins Glen rain race, and he could not make the Fuji race, he's got some catching up to do, currently 6th in the standings. Super Crusher, though, is the one that's going to be having to defend his position, who was just set a 2:03 in qualifying, just leaving the pits actually. His teammate Revs Martin has just set a 2:06. They will be working their pit strategies together. I have noticed in the past few races, these two have worked their pit strategies well together. Revs Martin has often pitted later than Super Crusher. No, earlier than Super Crusher, so he can hold the cars there quicker than Super Crusher up front that I've noticed. Revs Martin's he's a quick driver, but he isn't as much as what Dirt Rally and Blankfile have been, who are our top 3 fastest drivers who were fighting for the championship in the first 3 races. So what I've noticed, when Revs Martin hasn't pitted before Super Crusher, he'll be trying to keep the quicker drivers behind him as long as he can. That way, while Super Crusher's already done his earlier pit stop, his teammate will be having the fast cars behind him, while Super Crusher, after he's made his pit stop, can get his quick laps in to catch up. While time Super Crusher's getting quicker lap times start catching up, Revs Martin will take that pit stop. That's what I've noticed this race. Revs Martin's often taken his pit stops in between the 15 and 10 minute marks. So I'm curious to see what that team does today. Any driver, this is all incredibly unpredictable, this track, especially with that first lap. These cars have been highly close. Oh, there goes Revs. That's gone into the grass in his lap. And there goes Missy Apex, who's just gone past him. That's Revs in the pits. Missy Apex gone past him. He may be on his hot lap. He doesn't have his lights on, so we may not have a lap. That's Ty Joe leaving the pits. Yep, this is Mr. Apex just starting his next lap. So we'll go to Mr. Metallica on his second V8 Supercar race. This will be his 3rd race in Flux Motorsport, as he did his debut GTE race earlier today. And however, he kept it really clean in his first Watkins Glen race in the rain, and currently 4th in qualifying. He's set 203s, I believe, in practice sessions, so I'm really happy with how he's done in his debut this season. He almost clipped the wall there, but based on the drivers you've raced with in the GTE, what do you think about they're going to be like today in the V8? So you've raced with a fair bit of these drivers in the GTE, such as Taijo, Revs Martin, Supercrusher, as well as Mr. Metallica today. Do you have any thoughts about the GTE drivers in this championship? Well, there goes our first sub 2 minute dirt rally with a 1:59.4. Already quick. That's a highly exceptional lap. Blankfeil's really going to be having to push that. Blankfeil's got some sort of damage. He's heading back to the pits, or he could be trying to get that lap back, but dirt rally with a 1:59.4. That's going to be very hard to beat for the drivers. Supercrusher I couldn't agree more, to be honest. And Supercrusher, who is currently first place, he's really going to have to defend his position from Dirt Rally. Currently second in qualifying, but Blankfeil, I believe, may take that second place sometime soon. But Blankfeil's going to be trying to beat Dirk Diggler, Revs Martin, Dirt Rally, and Supercrusher. MJ, she's had to retire, but Blankfeil's got 4 drivers above him. He's going to be desperate to beat. He's a quick driver around here. He's able to get those sub 2 minutes. So if Blankfeil can beat Dirt Rally, Supercrusher will be happy about that. But Supercrusher is going to be worrying about Dirk Diggler as well, currently in 3rd place. He's 30 points behind, but with anything can happen. If Supercrusher has some sort of retirement or gets in a nasty crash, Dirk Diggler gets that 35 points for a win. That puts him much closer in the standings. Now, with Taijo got his first win of the season at Watkins Glen, it's quite a close battle between him and TGS. TGS unable to make it today, but with 7th place Misty Apex and 8th place Taijo, I think they're going to see a good battle between those two today. But Misty Apex hasn't been able to get a lap in. It's been really setting these aggressive lap times, really going hard on those track limits. So I can understand he's really gone hard for those lap times, but he's got 9 minutes to try and make sure he can keep it in the track limits, but that's really good racing we can see there. You can see he's really racing the car hard. Couldn't agree more as he heads into Conrad Straight. That's Taijo behind him. He's behind him in the championship. Taijo will be taking his draft and sort of a long distance, but he may be able to pick up some speed there. Taijo's going to be making sure to keep above Misty Apex as they're right ahead of each other in the standings. So another battle I'm really looking forward to in the standing is, I believe it was Dirk Diggler and Dirt Rally, because Dirk Diggler's quite quick around here as well, I believe, but as he's 3rd place, so Dirk Diggler will be looking to beat Dirt Rally. I don't believe he will be able to take Dirt Rally quite in this race, but there we go. Blankfeil, a 2 minutes, 0.6. As I said before, if anyone was going to take that 2nd place from Supercrush in qualifying, I did believe it was going to be Blankfeil. But Blankfeil able to take those sub 2 minutes. He's really going to be taking it hard to try and beat Dirt Rally. With the last 2 races gone really wrong for Blankfeil, he's really got some catching up to do. He would be going hard this race. Blankfeil taking advantage of the rain. I have just looked at the rain radar or the weather for next week's Nürburgring race, and it's raining there. Blankfeil has been an exceptional driver in the rain. He's gotten pole in every rain race so far. He wasn't able to finish the Watkins Glen race, but at Brands Hatch, he won that race, got the fastest lap, and got pole. So with the rain next week, he's going to take advantage of that. And if he can keep it up at this track, taking first or second, he could even come back. He's still got a shot at the podium. There goes Forest Elbow. That's the one corner you don't want to take too much speed in. You get a high amount of understeer at that car, but with the setup he has, it appeared he got some sort of oversteer. And the Supercross is about to head through the skyline into the S's. Got his lights on, so he's definitely got a hot lap in him. He's going to try to take that 2-minute mark from Blankfire, but that's going to be a highly hard lap to beat. Flat out through after the dipper into Forest Elbow. That was an exceptional run. Got high-end speed for the... Oh, seemed to have slowed down there. Yeah, he would have got a slowing down penalty there, so that would have been track limits. But now Tyjo's just got 4th place for the 2-minute 3. Much more above Missy Apex is what he's really looking out for, and above Dirk Diggler. So that's going to make Dirt Rally happy with the 3rd place standing driver. Much lower than him. And what these drivers are really going to be hoping for is to not have to pit more than once. As soon as it's either, if they keep the clean race, I believe they're going to be pitting around the 20-minute mark, or maybe the 15-minute mark. But Revs will, I still believe he'll pit around 13, 14 minutes like he normally has. But as long as you don't crash, you're trying to pit once after around 20 minutes. But as soon as they get their damage, their drivers have to make that choice. Is that damage too much to stay out? Or do they need to stay out and try and keep up with the drivers and pit when they do? Yeah, these drivers are really going to have to look out for what they're doing, and as well as pit strategies. Tyres can wear quite faster at Bathurst compared to other tracks, and I've heard some drivers may not choose to take their tyres to go for that quick pit stop. The Supercrusher earlier talking to him suggested that some drivers may not take tyres in the pit stop, but I'm pretty sure drivers will try and take tyres in this pit stop. But do you believe we'll be seeing any hard tyres today? There's Tyjo's currently in the hard tyres. So I can see Tyjo's in the hards, and do you believe we're going to see a mix of soft and hards on one stint, and hards on softs on the next, or what do you think drivers will be doing here with their pit strategies and tyre management? I believe it's saying most of the drivers are running the hard tyres, but I don't believe all the drivers are going to be running hard in qualifying, so there may be some sort of technical difficulties. But we've now got Tyjo in 3rd place for the 2-minute 1 above Supercrusher. Dirt Rally is going to be highly happy about that one. So Supercrusher's now got 3 drivers ahead of him to try and get by within those first few laps, and Tyjo with a 2-minute 1, that's very quick. He almost could catch up to Blankfire with that race, but Blankfire and Dirt Rally, I believe the 2 fastest drivers here will be battling it out. Every race so far in this season, it's been Dirt Rally and Blankfire fighting it out for the win of the race. But with Blankfire having to catch up, that's going to put Supercrusher quite unhappy with 2 drivers above him and the 3rd place driver in 5th behind him as well. So Supercrusher's got a lot of pressure from the drivers behind him in the championship trying to defend that title. Supercrusher currently leading the IndyCar Championship and the V8 Supercar Championship, so he's got a lot of drivers really trying to take his position. Yeah, I can see Blankfile's definitely on a hot lap. Miss Metallica struggling going through Reed Park, and that's the end of his qualifying, I do believe. Rev's going through the skyline. Currently 7th place. He's quite close to Misty Apex. Him and Misty Apex got in a little trouble at Watkins Glen last weekend. They were really close the whole race, but a little miscalculation from Revs Martin, the stewards decided, and he received a 2-second penalty from that. Actually, no, a 7-second penalty from that. So Misty Apex and Revs have had some really close driving lately. So I'm quite expecting to see some of that tonight. Dirk Diggler's made it to the pits. Misty Apex is could possibly be his second or final lap. So the top 4 drivers currently going for their hot laps at the moment. Do you believe we're going to see any position changes in this last 2 minutes? I couldn't agree more. And Revs is really going to be trying to make it, is going to try and make it higher. Yeah, we've got 1 minute left in qualifying. Mr. Metallica is struggling, I believe. It could be with his braking, possibly, with his ABS or something, as he has stated. So the cars are sliding, as he's stated. Revs Martin on his final lap. He's really going to be trying to get as high as he can, as both of the extra team members going to be trying to get as close as they can to each other to help each other throughout the race with their pit strategies. As Supercar will be pitting first and Revs will be pitting last, as I stated earlier. But Misty Apex is in the pits now. So we've only got 2 drivers left. Taijo making his final lap. He's still got 1 more lap to go, and that's Revs Martin. Yeah, this will be Revs Martin's final lap. So we'll watch Revs Martin as he takes his final lap. See if he can take the position from Misty Apex. Misty Apex. Oh, we have lost him. He may have had... Yeah, well, something's happened to Misty Apex. Is he retired or something's happened to him? So that's got Revs the position, and Taijo's definitely going to be happy with that 3rd place position. So Taijo's car seems to be going fairly quick. He's managed to get a hot lap in. He's crossed the line before the timer ended. So I don't believe Taijo could possibly get blank file, but I don't believe he's going to get it. Revs has just had his last lap. He didn't get a set quicker than what Misty Apex has got, but this is definitely Taijo's last lap as he heads into Forest Elbow. Trying to make the optimum speed through that corner as he can get the top speed into the straight. Before we head into the straight, braking at 295 kilometers per hour possibly. Before you head into one of the highest, probably the highest speed braking point in Australia motorsport. Going from 295 kilometers an hour to possibly under 100. Takes a great entry through the chase as he exits. About to enter Murray's corner after his brake temperatures are fairly high, with his qualifying setups having his brake dots quite low. Can he improve his lap times? Oh, he touched the grass at Murray's Bend, but yeah, he couldn't. Yep, and that was Misty Apex. He had to retire. Something must be with his engines. We've got 7 drivers in the race. Oh, yes, he did improve. 201.141. So there we go. That did put the extra team members closer together. So we'll go through our starting grid. First we have Dirt Rally, Blankfire, Taijo, Super Crusher, Dirk Diggler, Revs Martin, and Mr. Metallica. The drivers currently have 1 minute 30 to get their setups finalised and ready for the race. As we head into 45 minutes of Bathurst, the main event of the season. Sadly, some drivers couldn't make it to the race, and we had missed the Apex from retiring having some sort of mechanical issues. TGS couldn't make it, as well as Stoltz and T. Scott, both team members as well. Drivers having 1 minute left, so we're definitely going to see some sort of two-wide action through the first corner and through Murray's Bend. So this is where the driver's going to have to be trying to race as aggressively as they can, but while keeping it cautious, as this is a bumpy track. The cars will bounce off these curbs and off these walls if they make any contact. So drivers will be trying to make as many overtakes as they can while making sure nothing bad happens to their car with damage. Blank File and Dirt Rally, I do believe, going to get a quick start, but what do you think about the rest, Jack? Well, as we head into the start of the race, it's lights out and we're off. Blank File with a great start, straight into first place. Mr. Metallica taking the move from Dirk Diggler. He's gone from the more cautious start. Clean racing through Hell's Corner. That's almost 2-1. Mr. Metallica takes up 2 positions. That's great for him. Blank File with a great start on Dirt Rally. Tyjo's kept his 3rd position. Supercrusher 4th. Mr. Metallica's made 2 positions on both Revs Martin and Dirk Diggler, so they'll be fighting it out. That's Tyjo's got Supercrusher right behind him. Blank File and Dirt Rally. What a great start so far. Oh. Right into the car. Oh, he's got quite close and he's gone to the right side of his bend, but this is where you can't overtake. You've just got to keep the car as quick as you can. Get as close as the car next as you can possibly make that overtake before the skyline. That is where you don't want to clip the wall there. You want to get as close to that wall as possible. There goes Dirt Rally's gone on the inside almost, but he's gone a little too slow. As we had Tyjo, Supercrusher, Mr. Metallica, Revs Martin, and then Dirk Diggler. So I believe that's exactly what Dirt Rally's going to be looking for. Do you believe he's going to make an overtake when he gets... No, I don't think he's going to get enough room when he gets to the chase, but he will get the car closer. Yeah, he's going to get the draft. He's maybe trying to take a look on the other lap. We've got Supercrusher off. The gap's been extended between Supercrusher and Tyjo, so maybe Supercrusher had a little mistake there earlier. But Mr. Metallica's getting much closer to Supercrusher. Oh, almost locks the brake, Mr. Metallica, but still quite close to Supercrusher. Dirk Diggler to make some move on Revs Martin. Great overtake there through the chases as Dirk Diggler takes 6th place. What a great battle between those 2 cars. Revs Martin might try and take his place before the last corner, but not. Dirk Diggler is about to extend his lead. We'll take back to the leaders with Blank File and Dirt Rally. Dirt Rally seems to be even closer than before. Heading into Griffin's Bend, where the camber will be quite pushed as the corner is almost on a bank with the left camber. But Dirt Rally's getting much closer into the cutting. This is definitely the battle to look out for. These are the 2 fastest drivers of this championship, but what I want to see, Supercrusher's not been the quickest out of these 2. There is a big top 3, but Supercrusher's the one that's been the most consistent. Could he be taking a little cautious? Revs Martin's made a move on Dirk Diggler. Dirk Diggler is... So this is great battle. We've got two overtakes between these guys in the last possibly 10 corners. So Revs Martin's just got the lead off Dirk Diggler. So quite extending the gap now. Dirt Rally's even quicker to Blank File heading into Forest Elbow. Oh, Dirt Rally goes a little wide there, but he's still got the draft. He may not be enough to make it through the chase, however. Yeah, he's getting right behind him. I don't think the driver's going to be too aggressive yet. They're going to be waiting to see when they have to make their pit stop. But I do believe, though, with that harder front tyres now, we're in the race, making the softs after the pit stop. Great entry into the chase by those two drivers. Taijo heading in. Supercrusher behind him. The Taijo's extending the gap even more. Supercrusher hits the bend. Mr. Metallica behind him. And great battle between Revs Martin and Dirk Diggler tonight. That's Dirt Rally heading into Hell's Corner with behind Blank File. Both close racing there. They've been under 0.5 of a second this whole race almost. These two aren't going to leave each other the whole race.
Blank File is really not letting Dirt Rally's really not letting Blank File go. So I think, you know, he can just sit here, wait for him to make a mistake, and then kind of capitalise on that.
I believe that's what Dirt Rally's going to be waiting for. This is exactly what happened last weekend at Watkins Glen before those two had an incident with the wheel of Blank File basically just said no and stopped working, and they both ended up in incidents. And this is what happened last race. They were close to each other the whole race until Blank File's wheel stopped working, and they both ended up into a crash. So maybe Dirt Rally's still got a little cautious, but I believe Blank File's quite sure his wheel's going to be fine tonight. Dirt Rally's going to throw. What do you think? Oh, Dirt Rally hits the wall there. I don't believe he's going to get too much damage from that, but do you have any predictions about the pit stops out of these two? Do you think Dirt Rally's going to pit when Blank File does, or do you believe that when Blank File pits, Dirt Rally will stay out and try and get those fastest laps up?
Well, yeah, I think what Dirt Rally's going to do is what I would do is I'd let Blank File go in first, and then just take that clear air and get a nice end lap, and then just try and get in when you come out of the pits again. But I guess it's all up to what their strategies are and how much fuel that they're carrying right now.
Yes, these cars can carry quite a lot of fuel, but with Bathurst you do burn a lot more. But Ruben Martin asking in the comments what happened to Miss the Apex. We're still not sure ourselves. I believe it may have been a disconnect after qualifying, but he could not make it. Something happened to the car in between qualifying and the race, which is really sad to see from Miss the Apex. He was currently in a great battle of the standings between Taijo, just above Taijo. So Revs Martin's just got a 1 second lead above Dirk Diggler now. Got almost a slow exit out of the chase. But Supercrusher's got a 3 second lead behind Taicho. He may or may not be trying to keep it cautious. He's not as quick at the moment, but he wants the two drivers ahead of them. He wants them to be slow. He wants to make sure he can get above them. But as long as Supercrusher is above Dirk Diggler, and he can somehow overtake Dirt Rally and Blank File, this is what he's going to be looking out for. Blank File, he wants to make a comeback. He knows he's quick. He knows how fast he is for these drivers. So Blank File, what he wants to do is he wants to stay first. He wants to make that comeback. If the rain stays at Nürburgring, like how it's forecasted for next Sunday, Blank File would take advantage of that as well. So Blank File's going to keep this position as much as possible. Blank File still can get a high position by the end of the season when we head to Circuit of the Americas.
You know, Taijo could be in a nice position where he's sitting now. He's about 6 seconds back, and he can let these two leaders play it out, you know, wear their tyres, and he might get a bit longer on that set of tyres before that pit stop.
That is exactly what happened at Watkins Glen last weekend. He was in the middle of the pack for most of the race, but after pit stops from Revs Martin and missed the Apex, he was able to overtake a Supercrusher in the last corner and kept that first place of position for the rest of the race. So maybe that could be Taijo's strategy for this race.
Yeah, anything could really happen with these two battling up front really hard, because obviously Blank Fire will be pushing it to keep Dirt Rally behind because he knows he's quick. So you know, anything could happen.
Yeah, he's almost extending the lap from taking the lead from Dirt Rally. No, but with Dirt Rally, as soon as Dirt Rally gets that draft, he's almost heading in, but Dirt Rally's going to win. Do you believe Dirt Rally's going to be trying to make the overtake sometime soon, or maybe he's going to take that pit stop soon?
Yeah, no, it's possible he could work it in with his pit strategy. If he gets a quick stop and Blank File has some issues in the pits, you know, he could just get a jump on because he's not even half a second back.
Exactly. This is what I really want to see. If Dirt Rally wants to wait it out and stay behind Blankfile as much as possible and start the overtaking during the pit stop or after the pit stop, as we've got well the rest of the race. And another big difference here is one of those two could pit for tyres, and one of them two will keep the tyres on to get that better pit strategy and get onto the track quicker and try and extend that lead as much as possible, while the one with fresh tyres will be trying to catch up. So we also got to see if both of them change for tyres or one of them does. Or possibly none of them can change for tyres and keep the same strategy, letting Tyjo catch up if he pits for tyres as well.
Is closing quite quickly. He's only a tenth back now. Could be looking at a move at some point.
We could see that it was head down to the chase, through the skyline into the dipper after the S's.
We're looking to get a nice clean exit out of Forest Elbow and then really capitalise on that speed to get down to the chase.
Dirt Rally seems to be getting much closer. Will he make a move by the time we get to the chase? This is what we want to see. Getting close. I don't think he's going to make the move. This is basically what I want to see for this race. When's Dirt Rally going to make that move, and what is Blankfile going to do about that? 35 minutes in, we now have 10 minutes into the race, and we've got a few moves in so far. At the start of the race, Mr. Metallica was able to overtake both Revs Martin and Dirk Diggler as they were battling it at the start of the race. Dirk Diggler overtook Revs Martin, but so now we see what happened to Dirk Diggler. He's received a lot of damage. Not sure why, what happened, but he's still only 3 seconds behind Revs Martin. Revs Martin doesn't appear to have any sort of damage. So I'm curious to see what happened with Dirk Diggler. What do you think happened with Dirk Diggler?
I'm not too sure. You know, he could have just got loose up top and then that's that. But I don't think he was near anyone at the time that it happened.
Yeah, one of the commenters have said that Dirt Rally doesn't have the top end speed, so maybe Dirt Rally could be running that higher downforce setup as well.
Yeah, because he seems to be quicker going up the hill.
Exactly what we've seen. As when we get to the top of the hill at McPhillamy Park, we get Dirt Rally as possibly 10th of a second behind or less, but right now he's 5 now. So what we've noticed is Dirt Rally gets quicker at the top of the hill, but as we get down the hill, Blankfile starts to extend his lead, but Dirt Rally having a bit of trouble with the car going through Reed Park, and now Blankfile's even extending that gap, and this is what Dirt Rally doesn't want. He doesn't want Blankfile to extend that gap as they head into Forest Elbow. This is what they want. Dirt Rally needs that toe. This is exactly what he needs. He needs to keep as closest to Blankfile as possible to keep that position, to take advantage of whatever happens with the pit strategy, but Blankfile's going to get in quick, so now we've got to see who got that better exit out of Forest Elbow. And how much can Dirt Rally catch up before we head into the chase?
Really see that downforce working for Dirt Rally there when he's coming into that braking zone.
Yeah,
he's made about 2 tenths on him there.
I'm guessing that Dirt Rally.
Oh no.
So was he thinking about going into the pit 70? I reckon he stayed out because he changed his mind real quick and said no.
Yeah.
He saw Blankfile was staying out. He needs to keep that position from Blankfile, so
he's cut that down to about 3 tenths of a second now, that gap.
So it is getting closer. So maybe if he didn't close that gap between Blankfile, he might have pitted. But now that he realised he's gotten closer to Blankfile, he can still get that overtake. But it's possibly all to do with the tyres and their pressures as well. Throughout the season, Blankfile has got 3 pole positions and Dirt Rally's got 2, while Dirt Rally has got 4 fastest laps. So what we've noticed throughout the season is Dirt Rally's got better race pace, but Blankfile has got better quali pace. So all Blankfile's got to do is keep that position and he's good to go. But with Dirt Rally quicker in the corners, he needs to take advantage of this before Conrad Straight, basically.
These two had 1,000th of a second for that last lap, so I think this race could, between these front two, could really be down to that pit stop, you know. Whoever gets a quicker one, they're running very similarly, and that could be the decider as he looks up to the side, but
I couldn't agree more. I believe it's to do with the fastest pit crew as well. Whichever one of their pit crew is fastest, whichever's got the better pit strategy as well, whether they pit for tyres or not, that's all going to be to do with that. Dirt Rally's got to take advantage of this overtake before Conrad, or he's got to somehow get a crazy exit through Forest Elbow. He goes really wide there. That understeer really got to him there. That's with the high downforce. You don't believe you'd be getting too much, but Supercrusher going to Taijo's got a little more damage on the right side of his car, with Supercrusher tailing behind him, trying to close that gap. Mr. Metallica 28 seconds behind, with fairly above Revs Martin, almost 9 seconds behind ahead of Revs Martin. Dirk Diggler decided to stay out with his damage, so I wonder why he's chosen to stay out. He's gotten so much damage.
Let's have a look at the inside, but no. With that.
Yeah, so Dirt Rally's just going to have to stay as close as he can for now. He's finding it quite hard to overtake, so Blankfall's driving really well defensively. And Dirt Rally's having none of it. He needs to figure out what to do about this. Dirt Rally, he needs that overtake soon, or to wait for the pits. While Blankfall's keeping his line, driving defensively, that's all he needs to do for the rest of the race. We've now got half an hour left, and as one of the comments said of Ruben Martin, Supercrusher has gained that gap, closed that gap actually with Taijo. He's gotten quite closer heading into Griffin's Bend. So could we see an overtake between Supercrusher and Taijo soon? As Supercrusher even decided to go through the inside. I don't believe he was close enough for that, but he thought about it there. He's moved his car through the inside, heading back to the leaders.
Fair amount of aero damage here, so I'd imagine he's finding it quite difficult with that car, and Supercrusher's just capitalising his struggles there.
Yeah, well, Blankfall just hit the wall after Frog Mount and gone through the S's. Yeah, Dirt Rally's struggling, but he's got a lot closer with tenths of a second now. Yeah, we got to see. Dirt Rally's going to make it through the faster exit. He's gotten closer. Yeah, we can definitely see the lower downforce of the Conrad Straight. As soon as we get through Conrad Straight, Blankfall seems to just go away and extend the gap even more.
This really could be a pit stop down between these front two.
Heading into the chase, we've got Supercrusher. Yeah, that gap between Taijo's extended the gap from Supercrusher. So he must have struggled at the top of the mountain. One of those two. Now this is what normally happened actually. On some of the laps, Taijo's extended the lap from Supercrusher by the time they've got to Conrad, but when we get to the top of the mountain, Supercrusher's gotten closer to Taijo. That could be to do with their strategies or their setups, but
possibly the aero damage on Taijo's car is finding it quite hard going up those tight, slow speed corners. So
yeah, that is definitely what would be helping Supercrusher catch up. It won't be affecting him on the straight. I believe it's to his right side. So what I can imagine of what's happened there is through Frog Hollow, he's gone and hit the wall like what a lot of drivers done, because when you go through too fast in that corner and you can easily hit that wall, it may not give you a lot of damage, but it can affect your race when you go through with the arrow through the corners.
Dirt Road's really closing the gap now.
Almost thought about the outside opportunity, or was that the defensive driving of Blankfall?
I don't think he thought about it, but see, he's got a good run here. So the contact with Blankfall.
Through the skyline, Blankfall has gone. This is close racing the whole race. This is Dirt Rally. Oh, he thought about it there. Yeah, he thought about it, but
did good exit down Forest Elbow. There's still a downforce for Dirt Rally. That's just he just can't get it.
That lack of downforce, but they're coming up behind to a back marker of Dirk Diggler. I'm not sure why he's kept the car right. He needs to make that pit stop soon. That damage is affecting him. This could be interesting
for these front two, though, because if they get caught up with him up the top of the mountain, we could possibly see a position change for the lead there.
I do believe you. I couldn't agree with you more. But Blankfall, yeah, that could hold Blankfall up.
Oh, no. That's Dirk Diggler off.
He knew to let the leaders go by. He was going to slow them down. So now we know I think that's someone else coming behind Dirk Diggler as well. Is that Tyjo? No, Mr. Metallica. No, I did see another car behind Dirk Diggler that will have to overtake him as a back marking. But so Blankfeld extending his lead.
I imagine the next lap or two, I think Jet Riley will be thinking about making that pit stop. He knows he's losing a bit of time to Blankfeld, so he might want to go in, get a fresh set of tyres on, and then try and push in some clean air.
And when he gets that fresh tyres, I do believe he'll be going for the fastest lap. If we look at the timings real quick, who has the fastest lap at the moment? It is currently Blankfire with the fastest lap. So if Dirt Rally can get those fresher tyres, he could try and get that fastest lap away from Blankfire, minimise the amount of points Blankfire gets from this win. If Dirt Rally can't make the overtake, he can take that fastest lap back.
They were only a tenth of a second apart that last lap, so they're pacing with each other nicely, but I think it's now that they're going to think about when they're going to make their pit stop, and I think you'll find Dirt Rally's not going before Blankfire.
Yeah, Dirt Rally's running a lot less downforce, and possibly he could have been running harder, softer tyres. He was quite quick at the start, but he's starting to lose time now. And by the time we get to Conroe Straight, it's going to be too much for Dirt Rally to catch up. Yeah, with Blankfire set up, Dirt Rally's going to have to do something before Conrad. With the pit stop, it's all to do with holding. He's got to hold Blankfire up if he overtakes. Blankfire's much quicker in the straight, so
it's possible that he's going to come in now. We'll see. No, he's definitely losing time to Blankfire.
Yeah, Dirt Rally's going to have to make a decision soon.
No, he's decided to stay out.
Still chooses to stay out, taking the toe from Blankfire, see if he can make some sort of catch up. But the gap between Tyjo and Supercrusher is getting closer as they head into the chase. Supercrusher's got his lights on, making sure Tyjo knows he's there. Supercrusher locks up his brakes much later than Tyjo gets close to him. But with Tyjo going the slow in, fast out, he makes much better and exit and speeds away. Supercrusher's really trying to make sure he can close that gap. This is going to be a great battle between... We've got two battles at the moment with Blankfire and Dirt Rally. Tyjo and Supercrusher. And then Metallica and possibly Revs Martin as well. Revs Martin's... Yeah, they're both on Conrad Straight, so this is going to be to do with Revs Martin and Mr. Metallica. Dirk Diggler's... Has he made the pit stop? Yeah, we can't see if anyone's made a pit stop, but... Yeah, Dirk Diggler hasn't made his pit stop yet, so... And he's seemed to have had some damage earlier, so... I'm not sure too much of what happened there.
No, Dirt Rally's closing the gap again.
Yeah, we'll take an on-board with Dirt Rally next lap. See how he drives the track and see if how he gains that gap to the Blankfire if he can. But we got less than a second between Tyjo and Supercrusher, so that aero is really affecting Tyjo as when they head up to the hill. So Supercrusher can really take advantage of this before Conrad Straight. This is going to be this is exactly what Tyjo did earlier. I can only imagine that's how he got that right side damage. He got too aggressive out of Frog Hollow and hit the wall. That's what so many drivers have done throughout the year. And that's exactly what Supercrusher hasn't done. He stayed consistent and he's looking to see if Tyjo can do any more to the car. And now, I believe Supercrusher knows that he doesn't need to overtake Tyjo. He just needs to get closer. Tyjo's going to have a much slower pit stop with his aero damage, depending on how much it has. There we go. Both of them make the pit stop. So Dirt Rally has chosen to pit just when Blankfire does. This is when we see who has the fastest pit crew, who's going to change tyres, and what is their pit strategies.
Yeah, it's all. This really is it for the lead. Whoever's quicker here, they're so close to each other, and that.
So we got both cars in the pits. They
must be doing fuel and tyres.
Yeah, must be running fuelless. There we go. Dirt Rally gets quicker out of the pits. This is exactly what Dirt Rally needed.
Just that little bit quicker.
Tyjo taking first place. Supercrusher took the pits as well. So this is what Supercrusher wanted to do. But I thought he would have pitted around the same time as Tyjo because he knows he's got a quicker lap than Tyjo. But this is what Tyjo did earlier.
He pitted. He stayed effective race leader. imagine Taijo will come in the next couple of laps.
So this is what Dirt Rally needed, was what we said earlier. Dirt Rally needed to change tyres. He can try and beat Blankfell's fastest lap. But what Dirt Rally needs to do now, he's taken the lead from the pit stop. That's exactly how we could only think of Dirt Rally taking the lead. He was much slower on Conrad Straight. So all Dirt Rally needs to do is what Blankfell did to him in the first half of the race. Keep that defensive line and stay in that position.
It'll be interesting to see as well if Taijo decides to make a pit stop where he's going to try and run it out in the lead and see if those tyres can last the whole way.
Yeah, I don't believe his tyres will be lasting the whole race, but he will. He could go for a late pit stop, but what we want to see is how's that error affecting him? Is it really slowing him down that much if he's choosing to stay out?
Dirt Rally's made about a second on him in about half a lap, so I'd imagine he's definitely really fighting on that car with that aero damage.
Yeah, do you think he's... How much time do you... Yeah, he could be... Yeah, he's definitely losing time, especially on...
He's another half a second down the hill.
And Revs Martin has chosen to stay out, so we've got 3 cars who haven't pitted yet. I don't... Yeah, I'm still not sure if Dirk Diggler's pitted or not. He's quite struggled at the Bathurst race, so this is exactly what Blankfire wants.
Dirt Rally's extended that gap to Blankfire to about 2 seconds after that pit stop.
And Dirt Rally with the fresh tyres, he's going to try and make that fastest lap. Dirt Rally...
Very nice out lap.
He could still be first. He's only 6 seconds behind Taijo, so... Yeah, I say Dirt Rally's first. He's 6 seconds behind Taijo, so... Whenever Taijo's pits, Dirt Rally's good to go. This is what Dirt Rally needs to take that first place back from Supercross in the standings. And this is what Blankfell needs, is he's ahead of 3rd place of Dirk Diggler. And he's ahead of Supercrosser, who's in 1st. So if Dirk Diggler is Blankfell's ahead of Dirk Diggler.
Martin is just... Oh, he's coming to the pits, but he's gone on to the grass. Martin is in.
That is going to slow him down much more than what he wanted, possibly giving Mr. Metallica an advantage when he heads to the pits. He's flashing the lights. He knows the cameras are on him. He knows he wants us to watch him, but he's got a little damage to the rear of his car. Do you think that wing's got a bit of a bit of a diagonal? Do you believe? Look at the bonnet of Mr.
Yeah, he's definitely had a bit of contact.
There could have been something to do with Dirk Diggler as well. If Dirk Diggler gained the damage, maybe something happened between those two. I can't really tell, but... So we've got all but 2 cars within the pit, so...
Dirt Rally's cut that down to a 5.3 second gap to Taijo now. He's very, very quickly gaining on Taijo.
Yeah, with Taijo's tyres are much more worn out than Dirt Rally's. So Dirt Rally's going to... Oh, he goes quite wide on the exit of Forest Elbow, but Dirt Rally's on the freshest tyre, but... Oh! By the monitor, it said, yeah, Dirt Rally's tyres seem to be much softer. They're getting quite warm. The front right tyre gets quite warm as he exits Forest Elbow, but then cools down again as he heads down Conrad straight into the chase.
Yeah, it's another second he has gained almost in a lap, so I think Taijo should probably start... Oh, Taijo's in the pits now.
Taijo's in the pits, yep. So now we see, what can Supercrosser do about this?
Or not. Will he repair the damage? Does he feel it's necessary? Yes, we'll see.
Yeah, and how long is that pit stop going to be from Taijo? Because this is what Supercrosser would have been wanting. Supercrosser knew he had much less damage than Taijo. And now that Supercrosser's taken that earlier pit stop, he had no traffic around him, so he can go for much faster laps than what he was doing before. So how can Supercrosser take advantage of this? Because Supercrosser needs this 3rd place. He's got Blankfire and Dirt Rally.
Taijo is coming out now.
And Supercrosser taking into Murray's corner, Taijo leaving the pits. I
think it's going to be tight on the exit here.
Yeah, I believe Supercrosser's definitely going to get him. So, yeah, oh no, Taijo's got him.
Oh, he's out ahead. Supercrosser a bit loose there, but he's got a better run than Taijo.
So Taijo's got that 3rd place back, so he may have had a bit... Oh, I'm not too sure if his pit stop was long enough or not, but he's still got that gap from Supercrosser done. So now Supercrosser needs to do is take that 3rd place back to try and make sure Dirt really doesn't take him in the points as much.
Tyjo hasn't gone to do that damage repair, so he's feels he can stay out with it and just get that pit stop. But it's now down to 16th of a second between Tyjo and Super Crusher. I think Tyjo's obviously got a bit of a slower outlet as the tyres come up to temperature, so Super Crusher will try and make that move before the end of the lap.
Oh,
and Tyjo's made contact with
exactly what he did earlier in the race. That's how he got his first damage. That's exactly how he got the first damage he had.
Super Crusher's definitely got to be having a look down Conrad and into the chase. He's got the faster car at the moment, so definitely tries to make that move.
We'll take an onboard of Super Crusher as he tries to close that gap from Tyjo. This is currently our closest battle on the track. Mr. Metallica did overtake Revs Martin earlier, so do you know if Mr. Metallica's taken his pit stop yet?
I'm not sure. I don't believe so. No, Revs Martin has.
Yeah, Revs has, so
Super Crusher's got a good run on Tyjo here. I don't know if he's close enough, but
gotten closer.
Tyjo's defending. He's looking up
Super
the
Crusher
inside.
makes that really late braking there. I think they were both late on the braking, so much loose for the cars there as we head into Murray's. Super Crusher takes the outside. Is this going to be too wide? Oh no, they made contact.
No, Tyjo stayed ahead.
Really close racing between these two. Too wide into the final corner. Super Crusher's going to take the inside again. It's been through Hell's corner. He knows he can't take that gap. That's going to slow him down as he goes away from the racing line. I don't think he's going to be able to take that overtake as we head into Griffin's Bend, but that was a great defensive driving from Tyjo as Super Crusher tried to take the inside at Murray's.
It's defending.
Into Griffin's take the inside line to defend, but Super Crusher knows he can't take that position just yet. But Super Crusher knows he's got the car with less. No, this is exactly. You don't want to go too wide at the cutting. There's only one driving line there. You go too wide at there, you'll end up what Jamie Whincup in last year's Bathurst 1000 as he overtook Brody Konsecki. You go too wide at that corner, it could be over for you. So Super Crusher knew he couldn't do that. But he could be waiting. If Super Crusher knows Tyjo's got, he almost hits the wall again, but Tyjo knows he's got to go much cautious at that corner. That's where he's gained all the damage to this race so far. As you can see, it's on the right side of his car. So Super Crusher's possibly going to try and take advantage of, he's much better in the lower speed corners, he's got much more aero and
Tyjo
downforce.
does seem quicker down the S's into the dipper. That's definitely where he's making up a bit of time, even though he's got that lack of downforce. But Super Crusher at the end of the day has still got the fastest car at the moment.
So can Super Crusher take advantage of this down Conrad straight? I don't believe he's going to be going for the overtake just yet, but he's going to try and get the closer gap. No, he's getting really quick. Tyjo's definitely got some sort of damage. He's going to send it down the inside if we enter into the chase. Did he make the move? He has made the move. Tyjo into the grass. No, in the sand.
There's no contact here.
He's had to let Super Crusher go by as he's cut the corner. He's going to have to let Super Crusher go by from cutting the corner, as he will get penalised if he doesn't let Super Crusher by after cutting it. But he's losing the bike. He did slow down, but there you go. He did give the position back to Super Crusher, but
it's Super Crusher up to P3 now.
Great intense driving out of these two, but so is the damage going to be too much for Tyjo to close that gap from Super Crusher? Super Crusher's going to flee away and take advantage of this. But yes, there is a mandatory pit stop. This is the only championship with mandatory pit stops. But yeah, great move from Super Crusher as he went down the inside of Tyjo. He simply just could not control his car. He didn't take his line through the chase, but now it's a 4-second gap from Dirt Rally and Blank File. So Dirt Rally's really doing well with these without Blank File in front of him. So I think Dirt Rally just didn't need traffic, and it was good to go to set his fastest laps. He did get pole in qualifying, but Blank File did have the fastest lap last time with checks. We'll have a look at that again. But no, a 2-minute .5 for Dirt Rally. Dirt Rally the fastest lap.
Really helping him.
Dirt Rally with no traffic and the fresher tyres has definitely helped get the quicker laps in the tyres. So closing the gap from Blank Files, Dirt Rally could only get quicker from here. He's got no traffic around him, his tyres are much more fresh than they before. So both of these guys, I don't believe Blink's going to be able to get closer to Dirt Rally. So what these guys are going to be doing, they're going to be setting qualifying laps in these last 10 minutes. Blankfeld knows he can get those 2 minutes in race trim. He knows he can do it. So what these drivers are both going to do, they're going to be racing with each driver.
Third for Supercrusher.
So Tyjo did have the damage, but he's taken the position back with Supercrusher.
Supercrusher is having another look. Coming down to the chase, I don't think he's going to make the move here. Tyjo's gone defensive.
Oh no, he's gone into the grass again. This is what happened with Scott McLaughlin and Garth Tander. They've both gone onto the grass near the chase. Is
Tyjo's off as well.
Tyjo into the grass after the chase. Tyjo's... both of them are really going at it on each other. Supercrusher wants to stay as high as he can through the championship, as he wants to make sure he can not let Dirt Rally and Blankfeld get any closer to them. So wow, this is great driving from both the two. We thought Tyjo had too much damage to get closer to Supercrusher, but no. I wonder, were you watching those two earlier? Do you know what caused Supercrusher to lose that time? So is Supercrusher going to be able to catch up? Yeah, as we did notice earlier, we head up the mountain. Supercrusher gets quicker, but is it the same after their pit stops? Who to take the fastest line into the cutting?
Well, Tyjo has made a...
Oh no, it's the wall again. That's his right side. You can see the big dent in his bonnet. He's just is going to be too much for him. He seems to be keeping defensively from... Oh, no, he can't control the car anymore. He can't control the car. He hit the wall again. He doesn't seem to... He doesn't want to let Supercrusher by though. He's going to be trying to... He's still racing. He wants it. We got 10 minutes to go in this Bathurst race. Possibly 4 to 5 laps left. Great battle between Tyjo and Supercrusher, but... With the damage Tyjo has had, Supercrusher's only kept trying to overtake. And every time they've gone for the overtake, it's ended in the chase. It's also ended in one of them ending up in the grass or the sand.
Tyjo there just ran a bit wide on the cutting, and then that was it for the rest of that part. And Supercrusher's made up about a second on them there. So we'll see how much damage Tyjo has now. And
Supercrusher's definitely closing in on this straight. He's not going to be able to overtake this lap, but can he do it by Murray's corner?
Now we're down to...
He's definitely closing as we head into the chase. Yeah, he's getting much closer.
Down to 14th of a second now.
Brake temps at high. Brake temperatures are much higher as we've gone through the chase in Forestdale, but Supercrusher's not going to get the move before we head into Murray's. Oh no, he's much closer. He's going to make the move soon. Tyjo's got the damage, but he's going to keep staying defensively. He wants this podium. He wants this podium. He got the win at Watkins Glen, and he wants it again.
Having a look. No, just can't make the move. I'd imagine we'll see this position change this lap. If he gets a good run out for us elbow to Conrod straight, I think he can definitely get Tyjo down in the chase.
Yes, Supercrusher's finished second 5 times, and Tyjo's finished first place once, which equals them 1 on 5 podiums this season, and Tyjo on 1 podium.
Close now.
These drivers are both really quick in the championship. So Tyjo with the damage and Supercrusher with the cleaner car. Is Supercrusher going to be being more cautious as he's seen Tyjo hit the wall after Frog Molo, but he makes it out of there alive.
More cautious over McPhillamy now because he just really doesn't want to get any more damage to that car. He can't afford to.
Exactly. Any more damage to that car, Tyjo's going to end up even slower. And with the damage Tyjo has, Supercrusher's going to can only close that gap even more.
He's definitely going to try and get a good exit out of Forest Elbow here because he's definitely going to be trying to make the move into the chase.
And with the amount of damage Tyjo has, that gap only closes down as we head down Conrod. With the draft that Supercrusher has, he's going to get much closer.
Okay,
can we see a move into the chase again or into Murray's?
Defensive on him.
He's defensive. Supercrusher takes the inside again. Let's hope they don't. Either of them doesn't make it into the sand again. Every time they've gone for the overtake, it's ended in the sand. He succeeds the pass. Great job on Supercrusher taking the pass.
Lovely.
Is that Supercrusher? Supercrusher ends on the grass again. Both of them end up in the grass in the chase. These drivers are driving really hard at the moment. Every time they go through the chase for an overtake, both of them have gone on the grass or on the sand. but
that was ideal for Supercar. They made it before the break-ins.
he didn't get a great exit out of Murray's. He took the car loose, but Tyjo taking the inside, possibly thought the choice, but with the damage Tyjo has, what can Tyjo do?
I don't think he's going to let him go
6 minutes left.
He's going to try and stay with him, stay in his toe. He's not going to let him go.
Yeah, Tyjo's not having it. He's got the damage. He's not going to let Supercrush to get away with this. This is a great battle for this race. It's Revs Martins overtakes Mr. Metallica. So Dirk Diggler and Mr. Metallica, have they made their pit stop yet? With 6 minutes left to go, I'm guessing Metallica's made his pit stop with Revs Martin has now overtaken him.
Dirt Rise extended that lead around 7 seconds now.
Yeah, great job from Dirt Rally. It has been the track he's spent the most time at all season. He's done a lot of practice here, but I bet he didn't expect to see Blankfire this close to him.
Tyjo's still... Oh no, Tyjo's made contact down Dipper.
Again, he's got more
contact. He's got more contact there.
Hits it again. That's it for Tyjo. He couldn't afford to get any more damage there. He could not. Here's the wall out of Forestell, but again, he can't make a pit stop. He's got Revs Martin in 5th and Mr. Metallica in 6th behind him. We actually got a battle between Dirk Diggler and Mr. Metallica. So it could be to do with the graphics with Metallica and Dirk Diggler, but I don't think Dirk Diggler's got that damage, and both of them have made their pit stop. I don't think I saw any of them took their pit stop, but I'm guessing they have both taken a pit stop. So we've got another battle in the race here. Tyjo, with the amount of damage he has, he really cannot control that car anymore. He's really struggling through the chase there. The Supercrush is going to hopefully keep that 3rd position if he can keep it consistent. This is what exactly Supercrush has done. He's kept it consistent throughout the whole race and the whole season, and exactly why he's 1st in the championship. As Supercrusher, he hasn't got a single win all season, but he's just kept it consistent, and that's helped him be 1st. He's got 5-second place in the championship, so that's why he's kept it 1st. He's got 1 fastest lap as well. So Blankfire, so we'll check the fastest lap again, and Dirt Rally's still got that fastest lap of a 2:04 after those fresh tyres, and with the tyres have gone down again, I'm struggling to believe any of them can really top their times now.
There's over 1.5 seconds in between top 2 in that last lap. I don't know if that was a mistake from Blankfire, but Dirt Rally is still pacing in the 201s at the late stages of the race.
Yeah, that's extremely quick, especially for race pace, doing 201s for Dirt Rally. He's driving as hard as he can.
Someone's gone round at Murray's. Who's that? Mr. Metallica.
Oh, that's Metallica. He's got damage. Yeah, Dirk Diggler with a lap down got to make the overtake, but yeah, Metallica's. I don't think he's gonna make another pit stop, but yeah, he's got a lot of damage. It won't be enough for Dirk Diggler to catch up, but that's Revs Martin. That's Revs Martin gone for him. He won't be able to catch up for Revs Martin, so the extra team will be very happy for Revs Martin. He's got a little damage, I believe, no, he doesn't have damage. The extra team will be very happy with their drivers today, with Supercrush in 3rd and Revs Martin in 5th. And quite a consistent team this season. Hasn't gotten involved in too much other than Revs Martin and missed the apex last week at Watkins Glen.
Seems like Dirt Rally possibly approaching lap traffic. I don't know if he'll get to them before the end of the race. But he's got 5.2 seconds on Blankfire.
Yeah, and that is Dirk Diggler heading through the skyline, and Dirt Rally doing the same. So, but yeah, Dirk Diggler was driving fairly cautiously. I believe he'll let Dirt Rally by. There's not going to lose too much time for this, but yeah, it's now a 5-second gap between him, Blankfire, and himself. But that's not going to be enough time. We've only got 2 minutes less. That's most likely, I believe, two laps to go. Possibly, that's possibly 2 to 3 laps left to go, depending on when Dirt Rally crosses the line. So if Dirt Rally wins this race, he will take 1st in the championship, and Blankfire could possibly take 3rd as well, jumping up. Is that from 3 positions, from 6th to 3rd? Blankfire's... No, it won't be enough. He's He's too far down. He's 40 points behind Dirk Diggler. So it is going to be too much, but he will close that gap. And with...
I believe this will be white flag now. We'll have 1 to go.
Yep, it definitely will be. This is our final lap, everyone, of our final lap of the 6th round of Flux Motorsport's V8 Supercar Championship. Before we go, I'd just like to say, if you're interested in driving in Flux Motorsport or the rest of our races, you can catch us in our American Tour Championships with IndyCar on Friday nights 8 p.m. American time, and the sports car of GT and LMP2 of Saturday nights. Formula Renault's run on Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. UK time, and touring cars hosted by Carlin Hicks and DJ Red is Thursday night 8 p.m. But make sure to like our streams and subscribe to Flux Motorsport TV, as next round we will be at the Nürburgring in what seems to be the rain so far on the weather, so Blankfile's going to love that. Yeah, Dirt Rally's not going to be... So, this is not the time you want a blue flag. Yeah, but he's let him go by. It's Dirt Rally. Yeah, is Dirt Rally trying to make that faster lap again? But Dirt Rally still got the fastest lap, I believe. Yeah, he still does with that 2:04. So he's got the fastest lap. He got pole and he's got first place. He's got the hat trick of the weekend. Great drive from Dirt Rally so far.
I just kept it clean the whole time, and that pit stop, it timed that perfect, got that strategy perfect to get that jump in blank file.
Yeah, exactly what's happened. So with Blankfile getting the positions up he needs after struggling with the last 2 races, Dirt Rally taking first place in what we see so far, Blankfile in second place, heading in through the chase, closed the gap in the end into a 4-second gap when it got to almost 7-second gap. So Dirt Rally, yeah, he's coming behind Revs Martin. So there we go, everyone. That's Dirt Rally first place. Congratulations, Dirt Rally completed the hat trick of the weekend.
What a race!
Blankfile behind him. Super Crusher going through the S's, taking third place so far. As if he doesn't gain any damage with Tyjo, he's gotten too much damage. He would be able to have Revs Martin catching up to him, but yeah, Revs Martin's still going quick, so he's still trying to go as quick as he can, but he doesn't.
Mistake there, but I think he's still got enough time on there.
Yeah. There we go, Mr. Metallica crossing the line in 6th place after gaining some damage in the last few laps. And that's the race, everyone. That's a great race, great job. Is this what you expected this weekend, Jack?
Yeah, it is, and that battle between Dirt Rally and Blankfile for the first, half of the race, man, they were at each other the whole time, would not letting each other go.
They were really going at it, and exactly what I said. I said the only way Dirt Rally can make an overtake is if he has the faster pit stop, and that's what happened. Dirt Rally got the better pit stop. I believe he had softer tyres, so it helped him take that fastest lap. And that's exactly what he did. He took that first lap, got his second hat trick of the season. So next weekend at the Nürburgring short circuit, if it stays with the rain, we'll see Blankfile hopefully taking advantage of he's very quick in the rain, and we'll see if Dirt Rally can hold that first place in the championship, as he's now taken first. Super Crusher will be in second after this. Revs Martin may take fourth place with that 5th place finish. Dirk Diggler won't be moving down in the standings, but Blankfile will close the gap on him. Misty Apex will be overtaken by Tyjo in the standings. Tyjo takes that 4th place, and Misty Apex having some sort of mechanical issues in between qualifying and the race. Still not sure what happened there. This is the second race for Mr. Metallica in the V8 Supercars. A great job to him as well, as he did the GTEs earlier. But great race, everyone. There we go. Dirk Diggler had to make 2 pit stops, which is quite sad for him. He struggled in this race, but he finished the race and took those points, which is exactly what he needs to hold that gap away from Blankfile, as he's going to be trying to catch up for this. But what a race! What are your thoughts, Jack?
It was fantastic. Dirt Rally and Blankfile, they had a great battle, and then Tyjo and Super Crusher were going at it until Tyjo made that unfortunate mistake. But no, great racing too.
Do you have any predictions before we head into Nürburgring, which is possibly in the rain or the cold clouds?
Well, I've heard blank file's quick in the wet, so if we do get a wet race, that's obviously always makes for great racing. So, I think we'll see blank file and dirt rally. They could be going at it again next week.
Yeah, and in the shorter tracks, both the top three of Dirt Rally, Blankfile and Supercrusher have been really close in these shorter tracks of the V8. So I can definitely imagine seeing a close race between those three. But Tyjo's doing really well this race as well. Revs Martin 5th for the extra team. Great race for everyone else. Mr. Metallica's 3rd race in Flux Motorsport, 2nd in the V8s. Dirk Diggler still finishing the race, which is really great to see. Hoping he can improve his car for next week at the Nürburgring. But thank you everyone else. This has been Mark and Jack. Thank you. This is round 6 of Flux Motorsport's V8 Supercar Championship. We'll see you next week in the touring cars hosted by Carlin Hicks and DJ Redders. I do believe they're at Laguna Seca. You can catch them live on Flux Motorsport TV. And after that, we will have the Indy cars and the sports cars at Laguna Seca. Thank you everyone, and I hope you have a good morning or good night.
Take care, everyone.